My name is Pol Theis, and I'm the founder of P&T Interiors, which is located in Manhattan, New York. My path into interior design was not a linear one. I was a trained corporate lawyer in Paris just before I moved to New York and founded P&T Interiors. I always was interested in interior design, and my creative side got kind of suffocated while being a corporate lawyer. So after 9 years of practice of corporate law, I decided to make the switch and do what I really wanted to do. So I moved to New York and became an interior designer to work. Clients, they come for personalized service. There are several things a client should look for while choosing a designer: likability, compatibility, and process. It's crucial that the client likes the designer. In order for the designer to create a personalized space for the client, he needs to get all the information he can get from the client. That, of course, needs trust. And this trust needs to be earned, which, like in any relationship, doesn't work without any likability. Compatibility. It's crucial that the client understands the signature of the designer. A designer without a signature is obsolete. But the client has to make sure that he understands his signature. Clients also come to P&T Interiors because I'm authentic and I'm fighting for my vision, which doesn't mean that I'm not flexible. Of course, I'm always adapting to the client's needs, preferences, as well as to the space. But too many compromises on both sides will just lead to frustration. I always compare design to a puzzle. So if you take out too many pieces, it's falling apart. Process is important. When clients go to a designer, they usually don't have any clear vision about what the process will be. So it's the designer's role to lead them with a scheduled, organized plan through the whole design process. No process is a recipe for disaster. Design can be compared to an orchestra, where each instrument is playing its own role and is necessary to create the symphony. None of my designs is generic. They are all unique and have my signature. I consider my style as eclectic. Of course, I love art, and my designs are influenced by art. I always try to integrate art. I'm very excited that I'm designing right now a project which will be an artist in residency, so that where I will be part of the committee to select the young emerging artists, so that I see a little bit background and I'm a little bit more involved in the art world. All my designs have a minimal base, which is working best with a white main color, decorator's white or super white color. And then I'm trying to add some color with accent walls or wallpapers. If you have a big loft, it's very important to work with accent walls to break the space up. So often you can find in my designs a dining area, and the back wall is a completely different color than the rest of the apartment. I came up with my own photographic wallpaper collection. There are 2 collections of wallpapers, and each wallpaper comes in a limited edition of 3. It's completely custom-made, so it's not just blowing up a wallpaper. In order for me to have it printed, I need the exact sizes of the walls, and then the picture is adapted to these sizes, and then it's going to print. We cut out, crop out of the picture what shouldn't be printed or what should be in the picture. So actually it's not a limited edition of 3. They're all unique of a kind. So one of my favorite wallpapers are the scribbles of a notebook of a mathematician. The author of these scribbles would have never thought that his scientific work would become beautiful evidence. You have to imagine it's a scribble, a notebook. What I liked is that we reverted the colors and it's becoming black, which is again an accent wall, but it's an accent color, but it's an accent wallpaper. And what I like, most people think that it's actually a sharp wall. It looks like somebody was writing, but it's a wallpaper. I like the handwriting. I like that I don't understand what is written there. So. I love to travel. Most travelers, they seek restaurants, they seek museums. My first stop is always a flea market. There was a collection of hand-painted dolls, and 600-700. It's huge, and I bought them all. And since then, they're all beaten up, they're all used, and since then, when I'm coming in the morning, not every time, but they call me the rusty doll guy. I find the audience at a flea market as eclectic as the things for sale. I'm always looking for unique vintage objects. I'm not looking for beautiful things, but for objects which had a specific purpose in the past. I'm a collector of human artifacts and an artist in a sense that I see things in these objects other people don't see. I'm not restoring these objects, but I'm reinventing them by putting them in a different context, in a different environment, by integrating them in my designs, where I change completely the perspective of the viewer. For me, the most challenging room is the powder room. It's the smallest room, it's the most intimate room. It's the room where the visitor is the most self-conscious. It's the room where you readjust your tie, it's your dress, blow your nose, do your text messages. It's the room where you also can unobserved sneak around by opening the medicine cabinet or opening the drawer. And usually visitors, they make up their mind on the overall design of the residence. The powder room is the window of the client to the world. Therefore, it has to be a statement. Clients usually understand this and they're willing to take a risk because it's a low budget, low scale risk with a huge design impact.